Hey, there we are, back from Yogyakarta. I just walked around here and made a rant about tourism and all. This introduction will go in front of it, so here's the video. If you don't enjoy rambling and talking about the pandemic and tourism, you should probably not watch this one. It's past 11 in the morning, so that would be afternoon here. It's cool. Weather is cool today. Let's head out of this little village with its side streets and do a little tour. And maybe we can get some snacks before it's my time to hop on the train, heading for Surabaya city. That'll be in 3 hours time. More than enough to walk around. The weather is remarkably cool. No reason why, but it is. And of course, they will ask every single time if you want to have transport. So, Citilink plane. That one is heading for Jakarta, I think. One of the very few flights out of the original airport, the city airport of Yogyakarta. But the new international one also doesn't have that much flights now, and no international flights for sure. The side streets are extremely quiet. Normally it's bustling with life here. The main street is more crowded now than it was yesterday morning. Some domestic tourists probably made it to the city by land. And a few others would have taken the plane. Regulations are still strict. You need to be at least partially vaccinated to even allowed to fly. Let's walk outside because the weather is good.
So you are again. I see you yesterday.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
And they even remember me. Yeah, that's how rare I am here now, apparently. Of course, there's no foreign tourists in this country. They have been banned from going here ever since April, March of last year. No change in regulations inside for that. So they'll have to do with me and literally, almost literally a handful of other locals. Not locals, foreigners living as a local almost, because most expats have left as well. I don't consider myself one. Expats have gone as soon as the pandemic broke out. They decided it was better to leave. Initially leaving for a couple of months, and until now they never returned. So back to tourism a little bit. The absence of it mostly. Local tourism doesn't compensate for foreign tourism in this country, and especially with very strict travel regulations, you'll see that most people just stay home, stay in their hometowns, and don't make an effort to get on a bus or a train or a plane. Not for leisure, maybe for work, but still complicated. It takes a lot of effort to travel now. Anyway, you need a negative test, which is at least a rapid antigen test. But if you are not fully vaccinated, you will need a PCR test, which is a few times more expensive. That takes time to process. Only then you can travel. And your test is valid for a maximum of 2 times 24 hours. So if you have a result in 24, you'll have 1 day to travel out, which makes it impossible to return, because it will be same-day return. So there you go, no holiday. You would need 2 tests, or 1 test and a really quick day trip, which most people don't do here. They tend to be here for a little longer than a few hours over the weekend or something like that. The second problem we have is that travel options are extremely limited. Less than half the trains is running. Intercity trains it is. And as far as planes go, 15% is operating. So it makes it even more difficult to find a proper travel schedule. Even for me, I'm going to City of Surabaya. Normally there would be an afternoon flight directly from the city airport here to the City of Surabaya in roughly an hour, which I would have most likely taken. But that hasn't been operating for quite some while, which means I can travel only by land. So I decided to take one of the 4 trains That trip will take 4.5 hours, so I'll be there after in the early evening. Just in time to check in, grab some food and sleep. So tomorrow I can pick up my travel schedule again. Normally those things are easier to arrange, quicker to travel here. Normally you are able to take a plane roughly every hour to cities like Yogyakarta, to cities like Surabaya or other islands like Bali. Now there are literally few flights a day, and many of them will still be merged. I would say cancelled, but merged into one to pick up all passengers during the day, except for Citilink. Citilink still operates quite a number of flights every day, and that's daughter airline of Garuda Indonesia, which received quite some subsidies from the government to stay afloat. Don't really get why they are using it for Citilink and for getting their books in order, but that's something for another time, I guess. However, the weather is pretty cool, because like normal I'm walking too fast. You get the point. It's still pretty warm. It's the tropics anyway. What did I expect? This is the local market, but also a tourist market. It's reopened now, and I noticed people selling outside dream catchers and all. I've never seen them sell it here. Not really a thing. Let's hop over to the other side slowly. Sticking the lead for me. Sponsored by the People's Bank, Garuda Indonesia. Yeah, market is open and there's foods. Nice. Let's have a look. Of course, they're all selling the same. Bakpia, little dry cakes with some kind of taste inside. Of course, the t-shirts, shirts, slippers. And if you think it looks like Bali, yeah, it does. It's all the same. Only here it doesn't say Bali, it will say Yogyakarta, because, well, that's where we are. They are rebuilding, now renovating the old Dutch fortress. Last time I was here that wasn't the case yet. Let's see what they're going to do. Most likely they're going to screw it up, making something out of it that isn't really historical, cultural. Looks nice in the pictures. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt for now. This will be closed because it's still in lockdown. There we go. Closed. This is the old Dutch fortress. Probably it will reopen once the emergency lockdowns are lifted. It's not a lockdown, it's emergency regulations. You are discouraged to travel, not banned from traveling. That's why I'm here. And also on this intersection, this work, there's fences to avoid crowds. Making it physically impossible to gather. That's better than asking people not to gather, because it doesn't really work here. I love birds. Big intersection, old city center with the building of the bank, the Dutch post office, and more bank buildings, but no tourists. Normally this is a picture spot, of course, as you can see, but that's not possible just now. I expected the pavement to be open here so I could walk there. I can still walk there, so I will. I'll walk across the street and walk back, looking for a snack or something. Didn't see anything of my liking on that side. I think we can just cross. No one really cares. Let them pass. And behind the fences we can walk back again. So that's what we'll do. This is Yogyakarta. 1.5 years into the pandemic, without tourists. The culture is slowly getting lost here as well. The culture of tourism, it is laid back tourism with a lot of stalls to eat, a lot of chatter, a lot of people just sitting in the street making selfies nowadays. It just doesn't exist anymore. Will it return? I truly hope so, because this doesn't look like a place many people would ever visit. So let's wait for the recovery and opening up of the borders, so you all can spend your tourist dollars here again. At least these places to sit are pretty nice. So while I walk back, let's end it here. This rant has gone on for long enough now. Greetings from Yogyakarta and see you later. Checkpoint entry, guarded by a guard, not wearing a mask.